hit record. It's like someone was complaining about Dunkirk because they were saying how the movie didn't have a main character that was a person of color, and there weren't any people of color in the movie. And I was like, do you know your history? They did.
No, and that's a remake. Well, people don't know.
Yeah, because there was another one. Oh, hey, there's a Magnolia.
Black and white.
Yeah. There was one. Was it 1970, 60? Something. It's yeah.
Mexican star right here. You want to check this out?
Sure. What they got? What they got? They got brunch, Bloody Marys. I don't need a Bloody Mary. I can't deal with that right now. $10. Fuck it. Let's have brunch. Oh my God. Are we white? Are we having brunch?
Sure.
Okay. Well, we'll continue talking in a second. Okay.
Like a good
Woo!
press secretary to be able to, you know, talk in a way that just makes you say, huh? Okay, the world is on fire.
I guess you're right.
Right?
Instead of being like, really? But look at that dog, though. Look at that dog. Look at that dog. Oh, look at its butt. Oh, look at the dog. Oh, it's so cute. Oh. I'm gonna say hi to it. Hey, doggo. Aw. Never seen a person of color before. Anyway, so yeah, went to go see Dunkirk. Well, I went to go see Dunkirk. You had to work, so.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm not mad at you. You told me ahead of time. I planned. Excuse me. We planned ahead. But,
oh my God. Dan,
well, I got that audio there. Anyway, so it's a good. I'm sorry, man. I might have something actually.
If you feel like it, and I'm loving my freedom.
Got you, man. Yeah, I can't really say no to happy hobo like that. Like at first I was like, nah, then I was like, man, you're just really happy. I feel bad, not just, I got pocket change. You're like happy. You got like one tooth. You're good.
That's good for him.
I know. Anyway, yeah, saw Dunkirk. Saw it in IMAX with the 70mm film. And that movie was fucking intense. Like, you know, if you don't know like the history of Dunkirk, so this is when there was the evacuation of Dunkirk in France. God, excuse me. Tacos are coming up. Yeah, so they pretty much call it like a miracle because they, like, yes, a lot of people died, but they did get a lot of people out, you know, and she got the front and the back. She got the front and the back. Oh my God!
Where are we again? 72nd.
Yep. Yeah. Don't worry.
I'm supposed to move up here.
Oh yeah. Christine used to live on the east side, like 70-something on the east side, and she had like this really tiny apartment. Obviously, let's go through the park. And I forgot. She told me like rent was like No, not 700. That would have actually been fine. It was like 1,500. And like her apartment was like the size of my living room. That's the entire apartment. Her room, which was the living room, because there wasn't like a room, it's there. And then little kitchen, bathroom. I'm just.
You think you gotta spend like $5 grand just to move in.
Right.
Yeah. And then for me, I'm like, I live in a house. Like, I just rather deal with the mortgage thing. Because my mortgage per month is way less than that. Although it's gonna take me till the end of time to pay for it. But you know, minimum payments. Anyway, so back to Dunkirk. But yeah, so that movie from beginning to end, like I swear, it feels like the entire movie feels like the third act to a movie. You know, the entire movie is the climax to a movie. You know, even when I still don't remember what. Probably it was a Marvel movie since we saw it in IMAX. We did see like a sneak preview of it, and that was like the beginning of the movie, which was you see the boys with like with the body like on the stretcher, and they're trying to get on the boat and all that stuff. And what I really like about this movie is that, like, yes, it's the historical movie part of it, but at the same time, it's like you kind of go into this movie without
denim shorts.
Jesus Christ. So it happens we walk in this kind of neighborhood. Anyway, I'm just being a cunt. This kind of neighborhood. Did you see what she looked like? Of course that bitch be wearing Hollister. I like wearing Hollister. Can you believe I'm 35 and still single? Burgers, oh god. Oh my god, dude, someone in the theater smelled like patchouli. I was gonna start swinging. I was like, dude. Also, someone brought a baby into the movie. Do you know how loud that movie is?
What the fuck?
The first few gunshots actually startled me. That shit don't startle me. From the hood, motherfucker. Shots don't startle me. The dude next to me jumped at every time there was a gunshot.
Let's see.
Like, it was like the people at Spider-Man. Anytime something happened, they were like, woo!
Let's see.
Yeah, it was funny because his girlfriend or whomever he was with was just kind of like, you know. And then he's like I said, the first gunshot that startled everyone in the theater, because everyone in the theater went whoo like that. And there was a couple other ones that, you know, got you, but everything else, it's like he still was like woo, woo. Anyway, but yeah, I like how with the movie there's very little dialogue. There's very little like, so what'd you do before you got into this war? Like, you know, that kind of talk to it. Like, it was very realistic, yet it wasn't like gory, kind of like Spielberg Saving Private Ryan, you know, and like the scene where he's like, where it's storming Normandy Beach, and how it's just like, it's awful, you know?
Everywhere.
Yeah. It's like, that does happen, but they're not kind of like, it wasn't like porn, you know what I mean? It wasn't just like, look at the guy's head getting shot off. Look at the guy's leg. The slow motion, no, my leg. You know, there wasn't any of that kind of like milking the scene kind of thing. You're looking at this lovely building, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
I know.
Yeah, have some pavement like that. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Look at the cast iron shiz.
Those are huge.
I know, right? Let's go through the park. Let's go through the park. Dog, go through the park. But yeah, so yeah, it had very little to no dialogue a lot of times. A lot of times it's just the score and then what's happening, which I really like because they obviously, because you know, I can't stand it when movies have to like literally spell it out to you, you know? Yeah, and like I said, I'm really glad they didn't. Oh, I was like, where'd you go?
Like taking it outside to the corner inside.
But yeah, like I said, I'm really glad they didn't do any of that like, okay, so we're running away from gunfire, then all of a sudden, oh man, how old are you? And what were you doing before you got drafted and dealing with World War II? Don't we hate Hitler? You know, it wasn't like stuff like that. It was just like, we're a bunch of young guys and we want to just get out. We just want to get off this beach, you know? And they're just doing pretty much whatever they can, just get off the fucking beach. And that's why I fucking love, you know? Oh, I forgot we're walking past the Imagine thing. What? Oh.
Hi, to see you with Cass. I got the back.
We'll go around.
Thank you. Born to rock.
Alright.
Oh, this is blue green.
What? No. This is the chlorine from the water park. That's what happened to my hair. No. I'm like, I still got all this black here. Now I'll probably buy that, like, I'm gonna buy after I spend my money on actual supplies, because, you know, I don't want to do a stupid thing. But anyway, but yeah, there wasn't those kind of lines in the movie. Like I said, these kids are just trying to get out and trying to, like, just trying to get the fuck out because they don't want to die, because it sucks. It obviously sucks, you know? So,
It's not supposed to be fun.
yeah. Well, that's also another thing. I like that he didn't glamorize it, you know? Because, like I said, in Saving Private Ryan, it was very, like, glamorized. Like, here comes the U.S. to save the day, you know? But there, it was just like, we're fucked. We gotta get the fuck out. This is like, it's like, you know, when you're a kid and you're playing and you fall down, and then they're like, "You okay?" And you're like, "Let's keep going. I'm okay." You're trying not to, like, show that you're, yeah. But yeah, so the movie shows in, like, these kind of, like, three different stories, which is where Kenneth Branagh is. He's a big name guy. Wow, that's how I know movies. Anyway, he's like, you know, he's a big officer guy, and he's the one who's, like, directing people to go onto, like, pretty much the ships and all that shit. So because they lack so many ships, they have to get people with, like, their own personal yachts and boats to go save people. Yeah, and again, you see that in the trailer. So they start doing that. And then there's like the dad who owns one of the personal yachts. You get to see his journey, and then you follow. Well, you don't technically follow Kenneth Branagh, but it's actually where you follow this young guy, this young kid. He's one of the people who was, like, carrying the dude on the stretcher, and then he runs into that kid from One Direction, which his acting wasn't so bad, although I really wish he didn't do this a lot. I'm gonna tell you. He did that, like, way too much, which is, like, all teeth, like, and it's like everything else. When he had his, like, emotional scenes and stuff, they weren't badly delivered. It's just I wish he just didn't get all his teeth out. Because part of me is like, oh no, did you learn acting from Christian Bale? Like, mind you, I do enjoy Christian Bale, believe me, but, like, you know, certain parts, Gotham needs me, you know, that kind of stuff. So, like Spider-Man, where is it? It's like, dude, that's not what you sound like. Yes, that's how I sound. This is my voice. No, it's not. It's, like, more high pitch. High pitch. It's not high pitch. Okay. Oh God. Whew. Anywho, so, but yeah, like I said, the kid from One Direction, his acting is not bad. And I remember, and the thing is, the only reason I knew he was gonna be in the movie is because I saw, like, an article where people, like, pretty much the people saying, like, oh, Nolan only hired him because he's British and he's popular to get people to see this movie. And I'm like, no, he's Nolan. He doesn't need that kid from One Direction to get people in the theaters.
Definitely not.
I'm like, bitch, you know? Anyway, but Nolan said he hired the kid mainly because he saw that the kid had potential. And again, I see that. I do see that this kid has potential. Like I said, his acting is not bad. I just wish he just didn't go full teeth. You know, and I get it, when you're mad, you're like, what the fuck? But he really was like a dog, like, like that. You know, that was it. That was it. Everything else, I'm like, you know, it's not so bad. And again, there wasn't that many dialogue scenes anyway. So his acting, you know, his just, like, physical acting, you know, like looking like he's sad, like the emotion stuff, wasn't bad. It's like, okay, I could see that you're showing emotion. You're sad. You're upset. You're freaking the fuck out. You know, you're good at that. But yeah, and then the third storyline you follow is Tom Hardy on the plane, which again you see in the trailer. Yeah, because he was like,
yo, he's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
He's got like a million things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
But it's also like, it's a Nolan film, so of course Tom Hardy's got to be there. I'm surprised Michael Caine wasn't in it, because you got every other British actor in it. Like I said, you have Kenneth Branagh, you got Jarvis from Agent Carter Jarvis, not Paul Bettany Jarvis. Yeah, you got Jarvis, you got that one dude, he was in Force Awakens for a really quick bit when, oh God. Yeah, like I said, you got the kid from One Direction. You got Cillian Murphy's in it, obviously, because he worked with Nolan 1,000 times. You know.
Isn't this?
Huh?
Isn't this
where Thor, Loki?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah. Right. But anyway, yeah. So you follow these stories, and they kind of like intertwine, because some parts.
I wonder if they actually shot that.
No, they did.
They did?
They totally did. Yeah. Because there were a bunch of like, there was a lot of security, and there was a bunch of like photos of them like standing around.
Oh, okay.
At the end scene where he shoots up and then Stark drives off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Drives off his banner.
Yep. Science bros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway.
Audi.
Yep.
That didn't last the year after. Seriously, like I don't know anybody that hasn't.
You know, for the Spider-Man Homecoming premiere, Jon Favreau and Robert Downey showed up in one of those Audis that said Stark whatever.
Oh, cool.
So they met up, I think, like a block or so before, and Jon Favreau and they got into the car and Jon Favreau actually drove him.
Oh, nice.
So when they got there, like they see the Stark car, people are like, "Whoa!" And then Happy Hogan comes out, and then Tony Stark comes out. Did you know how Tom Holland arrived? He sat on the car with a selfie stick in his old like old suit, then goes in the car, changes into.
You know that's not him in the suit.
I don't know because he likes to do all that stuff, so who knows?
Look, he was in a monkey suit when he came out. And it was like I saw the video.
Yeah, right.
That wasn't him.
Yeah.
That was definitely his stunt double, getting his money's worth after production.
Right.
Not realizing that was ever possible. You know?
Yeah.
Like wait, you're gonna hire me for more stuff, but we already wrapped. Oh, we're doing a special event thing. Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, I'm there.
Let me do some stretches first.
Right, I'll be there.
Yeah. Anyway, what the fuck else? I don't want to give out like part of me is like, oh, I don't want to give out spoilers, but at the same time, it's like it's not really spoilers. You can really just read the Wikipedia entry on Dunkirk, the Dunkirk evacuation, and know everything. It's literally the only difference that you're just following these 3 different storylines throughout the whole thing, you know. And it is a good movie, you know, and. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Nolan gets nominated for like Best Directing, you know, for the Oscars.
Right.
I'm not sure about writing. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just because, you know.
It looked very nice.
Yeah. It's a very, like, wonderfully shot movie. It is. I like I said, I very much enjoyed it. Go see it. Go see it. If you can see it in large format, go see it because it is worth it. God.
People didn't do that when I told them to go see Get Out. Why are they going to see them?
I know, right?
It may sound cynical, but it's true.
No, it's true. It's like when you tell people like, no, I go see like tons of movies, and then they're like, oh, you see tons of movies, and then they're surprised when it's like, I can't believe you saw 50 Shades Darker, and I'm like, didn't I tell you I see every movie? Not every movie, but like I try to see every movie. You know, especially if it's shit, I'm like, all right, I gotta see how shitty this is. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Do your own research.
Yeah.
Sweaty SOB.
But yeah. Oh God. I'm like, sorry. But yeah, go see Dunkirk. It's really good. It, like I said, it doesn't glorify war. Which I'm glad because especially in like, you know, in this kind of like political climate, we don't need war to be glorified, you know? It's kind of like, you know, to mention Get Out, it's kind of like how when Jordan Peele first wrote it, he wrote it during Obama's first term, you know? And he was gonna have, I was really confused by those dogs for a second. I was like, those people are just hunched over all weird. Oh, they're dogs. But yeah, so Jordan Peele wrote it during Obama's first, you know, term, and he was gonna have that. The alternate ending was actually the original ending because you know how like when Obama was elected, people were like, racism is over, you know, that bullshit. But the movie, like with that ending, with I guess the original ending would have been like, yeah, racism is not over. It's still a thing. But once current things were happening and racism was quite prevalent, he changed the
people are trying to stoke up.
yeah, he decided to change the ending because we needed that ending, and I'm glad we got that ending.
Dude, I was cheering.
Because if we didn't get that ending, I don't know how I would have dealt with life, you know? Because it also, when I talk to other people that actually listen,
you, bitch.
when I talked to people who actually listened to me and actually saw it in theaters, they all agreed. They were like, if we would have gotten the original ending, it would have been too real. It would have hurt too much, you know?
You were like, no, fuck that, yo.
Yeah, because like I said,
Bullshit.
that's why I texted you and said that the people would have like freaking lit the theater on fire, and I would have been one of them. But we stopped talking about Dunkirk, so. But yeah, go see Dunkirk. It's another good Christopher Nolan movie. We're not gonna count Dark Knight Rises. We know he was forced to make that movie. You know he didn't want to make that movie. Anyway.
Peace.
Oh God, I heard that they want to make a Joker versus Harley Quinn movie. Stop it, DC.
Versus. There's no such thing as a versus.
Yeah.
They are items.
Fucking DC, stop it.
It's not
But yeah.
until